After an absolutely fantastic week one, we're back to do it all over again. Welcome back to ECS Season 7. My name is Henry G, and we are here in the beautiful Santa Monica, California, with the European sector of the division of ECS. It's going to be a lot of fun today. More and more Counter-Strike. 4 best of 3s to bring you in total, and I'm brought to you by James Bardolph and DDK. Guys, enjoy your time off. Did you have some good fun? Get up so much?
I streamed CS for 17 hours on the weekend.
Wow, that's quite a lot.
Across 2 days.
Dan, you were streaming as well, I believe, as well.
Yeah, not as much as James, but here and there.
Good stuff. Good
I've been on his
streams.
stream at one
I like
point.
to no life it when I stream.
Yeah.
How many? You degged everyone in the game.
I had 28 headshots in that game, James.
We were playing
headshots.
idiots, but
The
at least
closest
Dan
is-
was digging everybody.
I've seen plenty of Deagle clips from you. What's the
Yeah.
secret right now? Why is Deagle so strong?
Did I just shoot people in the face?
That's good advice. You are home. Let's move on with the show, shall we? This is a new format brought to you in ECS Season 7. We'll explain it now as to how it works. As you can see, those dates along the top signify a weekly cup. These teams along the bottom all have a chance to qualify. Astralis have actually already made their way through in week 1, so we now have 4 more chances. It's single elimination, best of 3 brackets, starting at the corners, semis, and a final, and 1 team will be taken through each week. It gets more and more exciting as the time goes by. We had a great bracket last week, I have to say. It was a lot of fun to watch, and we'll have a look at the bracket first, actually. There we go. You can
It's
see
like
everyone.
the GoldenEye music, I just want to say.
What's that?
It feels like GoldenEye music.
It does, actually. A little bit haunting in the background. It's quite good.
Proximity
Here's
mines on facility. Let's go. No odd job, yeah?
proximity. No odd job. That was always the case. Here's the bracket for you. You can see who will be playing this week, and we'll have a look at the schedule as well as to who will be covering. It will be North versus Pro to kick things off, and then Mouse Sports, a new look Mouse Sports, I should say, versus a wounded Fnatic after their recent outing at WESG. So exciting games to come. Absolutely. Now, Dan, we didn't get many questions last week. We want plenty more. We want to answer them. We want people to engage with us and tell us what they feel. How could they possibly do that?
ECS on Twitter, hashtag ECS7. Hit us up, tag us in your questions, and you can even send Henry a funny joke. He likes those.
I like jokes. Maybe some good jokes this week. Let's
Good
have
jokes are good.
Some classics.
We like good jokes.
If you
here
can
at
get a
ECS.
laugh out of James, then we'll consider it a good joke. So send them in at the hashtag, and we'll do what we can to read them out. So there we go. It is going to be a lot of fun. We
It's
also
202 days since we could draw on the map.
It is 202 days. Have they noticed? Did they even like your tweet? Did they even do it?
Oh, they
for
know.
you? They know?
They know.
Okay, fair enough.
Trust me, they know.
There are going to be some amazing finals taking place at the SSC Arena in Wembley, London, the beautiful city, over the 8th and 9th of June. Tickets are available now at ecs.faceit.com, and you can get an early bird special if you buy right now. World-class teams, a lot of fun. Everyone's going to be there. You don't want to miss out on it. So make sure you go buy your tickets. We're going to be driving that message home every single day. So make sure you just do it now, get it out of the way, and you don't have to worry about it. Either way, gentlemen, let's get into our first game. It is North versus Virtus.Pro. That is quite the exciting prospect for VP fans. They seem to be getting better and better. For people who didn't catch the game last week, can we really explain as to why we're maybe a little bit more excited now for the new look VP?
I think they showed good potential. They showed that they're an organized team, as opposed to, I think we're seeing a lot of new rosters of 5 people. Mouse Sports being an example. Cloud9 is still in the, finalizing a roster for the short term at the very least. I mean, it sounds wild what they're supposedly doing, but you could put 5 people together, but you might not necessarily have a team.
Sure.
Virtus.Pro definitely have a team.
Speaking of North, Dan, let's jump into them quickly.
Right.
Ups and downs to them so far. When KD was brought in and MSL was removed, that was supposed to be a resurgence, a revitalization of the strategy, some more firepower. It's been anything but, to be honest. What are your thoughts on the current look of the team?
Yeah, at the beginning, it looked kind of promising.
Yeah.
And, KD was coming off of Rogue, did an amazing job with that team. At the London Major, we saw sort of how that really came together. And I don't know, there's something about that team.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like a haunted house or something like that. It doesn't matter who moves into it. It's always gonna be cursed. But there's something that's just preventing them. And I think I would need to study their demos as opposed to just casting the matches. If you see what I mean, to really try to begin to unravel it, but we do expect a lot more from them, and this is a very dangerous matchup because, as mentioned, Virtus.Pro, they played really well against FaZe. What surprised me in that matchup was not only did they match FaZe from time on individual ability, except when Nico was going off, they were also very proactive. And they were moving around the map with way more confidence than VP did before. They had that spark, that energy that they've been missing for a long time.
We'll have a look at the veto and see where this will be played. It's with North versus Pro. North, surprisingly, removing Overpass since MSL's left their ranks. Maybe not that confident on it. They'll be picking up Nuke and will be Moving on to Train second, a Virtus.Pro classic, I would say, although a bit of a legacy pick for them, and Mirage to close things out. So we're seeing a lot more of Nuke here in the ECS season. Now, James, you're a fan of Danish Counter-Strike and Nuke specifically. We've seen Rogue play it a lot. North, I'm not sure they're going to be as tactically adept as potentially Rogue are since MSL's.
Yeah, I think they'll have to have a different style. It's interesting with a Virtus.Pro team, so many changes to the team. How do you even really know what to like?
Yeah.
Is there enough data to try and get the best veto you can? Maybe just play for your own strengths as opposed to playing to their weaknesses. I don't remember seeing North on Nuke with this particular lineup. We saw a lot of Inferno from them before, and again, in terms of how we used to see things from MSL, there was a lot of like, okay, just abusing numbers towards the B bomb site. So I think Nuke on the T side will be very telling as to where this team is right now.
Well, it's our favorite time of the show. This is the very important part. We have to give our predictions, brought to you by Pinnacle.com. I'll go first. I'm going to drop in a North 2-0 for this one. I feel like that sort of map to kick things off. I believe in Danish TS. I know they've been working hard. A lot of pressure on the organization right now to perform. I'm going North 2-0. James Bardolph, what you got?
I think it's hard to have a balanced pick because I haven't seen enough from the new look Virtus.Pro yet. So I'm going to pick North by default.
Okay.
Basically because I don't know enough about Virtus.Pro at this point.
Sliggy, you're going in next.
Yeah, I'm with you guys. North as well.
Okay, he's going to lock in North. Dan, you're a bit of a wild card. That's why I left you last. So what are you going to be going with here?
Well, it's interesting, bro.
Here we go.
There it is.
It's interesting, bro, because I didn't expect VP to play nearly as well as they did against FaZe, and they actually almost beat FaZe.
Was that them playing very well, or FaZe playing below
So I think it's like a little bit of both, and with with North struggling the way that they are recently, and the fact that Cash was one of the maps surprisingly that's VP played. I
just need a name, Dan. Come on.
Okay.
Like anything will do at this point.
All right, I'll just stay with the safe pick.
It's not even sure.
Let's go
After all that, doesn't know who's going to pick.
I wanna get VP in there, man.
I'll give you a 3-round. That's mouse sports, but yeah, chuck that in. Perfect.
Pretty much on point based on what he was saying.
I'll keep mouse sports.
That looks accurate to me.
Fair enough. There's our predictions. We can have a look at the fan predictions as well. Also brought to you by Pinnacle.com and see what you guys think. I think this would be right down the middle, though VP arguably have more fans. Oh, maybe not. It seems like everyone's believing in the North machine right now, so that's a little bit interesting. You'd think after maybe, I guess, the big names of VP have left, maybe they don't have the same sort of rabid fans we're used to seeing.
They're flying that flag.
Yeah, they're still going, though. And here's the actual odds brought to you by Pinnacle.com, the bookmaker of ECS Season 7. North were the heavy favourites there, so we're ready to jump in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, it's North starting the CT side. Virtus.Pro coming in with 4 sets of armour, 2 flashbangs, and a snatchy P250 that's looking to cause damage at range. He sets up the flashbang for a fast approach towards main entrance. In we go, and it's Mihu with the flashbang assist from Kiabi, and there's kills all over the place here. 3 for VP, and nothing can be done. It's absolute chaos here as we have a little bit of a weird situation now. We've all caught up with the action now, and it looks like we'll continue in the 4 versus 1. Gade will have his work cut out for him as he goes for the backstab.
This is where Dan changes his prediction.
He said first 3 rounds.
First 3 rounds are allowed.
From mouse sports to Virtus.Pro.
Yeah, that's fair. And this is T side as well.
Gade is an interesting one. Mechanically, like very, very skilled player. But has maybe one of the guys at this level that has by far the least playtime in CSGO or really any game. I don't know if you guys
any game
know,
ever.
I don't know if you guys know much about Gade.
Rocket League hours aren't up there.
He came into CS, like I think at the when he was 19 or 20. And then was a pro already when he was like 21.
He
How
was
old is he now?
22, something like that.
He was in the North Academy, right? That was his rookie year, and I guess he's only been a pro in that level for 8 months now. So yes.
And before that, he didn't like really touch the game very much, if at all. He just was a normal guy, going to school, not spending all of his time playing video games, harming his social skills like the rest of us.
Social skills. Well, there we go. It is going to be the force by the second round. North doing damage towards the ramp, and that's Cadian with the CZ. Does manage to take snatch on the 16, but no kill found, no boost there, and they're making their way towards heaven. Kiabi with a chance. He's got a pretty deadly deagle, but no opportunity to really show it just yet. Up the ladder they go safely, and that's probably his chance thwarted, as AZ will do well. That's a nice headshot. He's got flames around him and bullets as well. It looks like this round is under wraps from VP.
No deadly Deagle Kings this round, Henry.
Not quite.
I'm doing it. I'm switching my prediction, Henry. I'm doing it.
Okay.
They want an anti-eco. Sold.
All right, done. Lock it in. Prediction crew in the back. Change from mouse sports to VP.
A noble decision, Dan.
Yeah.
You're a brave man.
I was pretty impressed by Bialy actually last time we saw him against FaZe, just because he looked like he's regained the love of Counter-Strike again, because I think on VP before, for a year or more, he just seemed like he was just absent.
I think they were just so jaded by it all, right? Like, there's never performing, constant disappointment. Sure, they were probably one of the highest paid teams in all of Counter-Strike, but at the same time, they're all competitors. They want to be winners, and it can be exhausting just playing for a paycheck. And it feels like the team's going nowhere, backwards if anything. So yeah, hopefully we see more out of him. It's been a while since I've considered him a top level pro, so we'll see what he can do as we get into a full eco now for North. Just USPs, 1 P250, a flashbang, maybe a pounce towards the lobby. We'll see.
I love full ecos. I hope North get some rounds on there.
Aren't we on the new finance system, just to know now? It's the week 2?
We need I would expect so, but I know that they were talking to the teams about it. But I would expect that we would be.
I think
it would be I don't think there'll be a good reason really to not be at this point.
You guys cast, I'll get on it.
It would just be off key. Off key is a good English phrase. Oh, that's well off key. It's kind of off key.
I thought that the teams all agreed to it, but I don't have.
It'll be silly
evidence.
not to, because everyone else is surely gonna, just be handicapping yourself at that point.
So we're just double checking.
It is weird though, like the mental arithmetic. In the short term, it's like if you're at max loss bonus, you win a round, then you lose a round. I think you get 2,900.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's like a tally. So once you get to the 5th stage, you just remove one of your marks. You get back to 4.
Yeah. So you got to start counting and it takes a while.
If you go like 0-9, for example, you just get stuck on.
If anything, though,
it
enhances the better teams. The teams that are more likely to win, they won't be as completely wrecked by a reset, right? They can still claw the way back.
It stops. Well, it doesn't stop, but it gives you a better chance to avoid a kind of 12-1, like 7-1 scenarios, things like that. I think it's like a times table type thing where you're going to have to look at 3 rounds won, 1 round lost, and so on, and you'll know that okay, this means this basically. So I think we've experienced it all. It all makes sense. I think there are pros and cons, but actually now think that it's a good change.
I think for the viewers and players, like more casual players as well, like a full eco round sucks to play. I think that's one of the main points here. Valve are trying to rectify, like you sometimes double eco on CT side. It's not fun to play, right? So you're going to have more gun rounds and more kind of opportunities to deploy tactics and formations and stuff. So hopefully it'll make the game more fun in general and won't scare as many people away. It won't be as brutal, perhaps. So
I think the combo with that loss bonus thing and the Mag 7 going down to 1,300, I think that those kind of changes are going to be very interesting.
And we want to see if there's more Silence M4 this week as well. People got ready for it. Apparently not this round. Nuke, it does make sense that the AUG is purchased. This looks like a fast approach with the Molotov towards upper. That's for the Huts, but Cadian ready and waiting is the team sniper. He'll be looking towards that main entrance, and Snatchy is removed as they position themselves towards round. This position, so common right now. Usually going to see an incendiary dropped, but they don't have it right now, and Cadian will take some damage as he receives the Molotov. 5 versus 4, Virtus.Pro can take their time as they continue with their 3-0 lead in the 5 versus 4.
You got ramp, but so what? If you have to slow down this much, the CTs can very easily and quickly rotate into position to deny you that lower side. But what it does do is it does create holes in the upper bomb side. So you can see right now Virtus.Pro are exploring that possibility. It's a red timing here from Mihu. Oh, just about on the ladder, I think, still, when he got that headshot. Cadian saw him, so he had to just shoot straight away, and he might find more players as he starts to lurk outside. So this is perfect right now for VP. North have some real issues at this point with CTs that can lurk all over the place. And you can see that they don't really have, apart from Gade, massive presence on the upper bomb site now.
That is a very unexpected pick. Now, that's fantastic work from QRB. He's really making a difference, because this was turning into, it could potentially be a complete mess for North, but now they're in a 3 versus 1 situation. Question of damage for Snacks. 2 kills for Virtus.Pro. Again, we don't have, we may previously have conversations about resets and so on, but it's a brave new world. headshot straight in the face. Off the ladder, Oscar style.
A very good read of the situation from Kirby. Very quickly about the money system. For those interested, I did a podcast with Threat just discussing, because he really wanted to, like, he messaged me, he's like, I need someone to talk to about this. So we recorded like a 25-minute podcast about all the patch updates, including stuff about the org as well.
Surprised he still has his finger on the pulse. So he doesn't really have a
He was
horse in the race
casting
right
ECS games in Swedish with
now. Oh, was he?
Kronqvist.
Oh, that makes sense. That's cool. Well, there we go.
Yeah. But he wants to get more involved again. He has a bit more time on his hands.
So he's in Europe then. Well, shout out to him. Nice
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, he thinks, the gist is that he thinks it's good. I think it's good. We can go into more detail later.
I'm sure we will.
Important round for both teams. The money, obviously, for North is gone if they lose this one. Politely opening the door for Snatchy.
Gap in the smoke for AZ to punish Bialy as he tries to move into the site. AZ now picking up the reins from Kirby in the previous round. 3v1 again in favor of North. Through the smoke, Valley gets a cheeky frag towards the squeaky door. And now the round difference is just the 1. So that puts Virtus.Pro in a weird money situation. We haven't seen a bomb plant yet in these 5 rounds, which may be telling if North can stabilize. This would be a good round to do that. I think we're going to see a lot more Deagle Kevlar rounds as well.
Yeah, with more disposable funds, I suppose.
So I was thinking, if you have nothing and you get your 2900, you could buy a Mag 7 on a CT side, for example, and you still have what, 4,000s or just over that in the buy round. But you could go Deagle Kev, have a little more. So interesting times ahead. More space for utility as well for like an MSL team on an eco. Cadian now changing his position. Always good to be moving the AWP around on a CT side.
Yeah, keep it versatile. So this one's under control. And maybe not. That's that tactical purchase of the AK. Sometimes nice to bring one of them out to try and punish the money, just to make sure it's not a clean sweep for the CTs. And so far, so good in that respect. Snacks tried to sneak out of the hut. Not going to be working out for him. The bomb has already been spotted towards ramp. Mihu down to 22 HP as they wait for CT mistakes here, but there's no real reason to pressure them. You've got control of both bomb sites. Ramp room is a nice part of the map to have, but if you have no utility, like they have right now, you can do almost nothing with it. When the CTs know you're always going towards lower, they can just prevent the bomb. They can hold positions like this, and they're just waiting for their opportunities to strike. Cadian spots the second to last player, and he should punish the last as well. Didn't realize he was low, could use the pistol there, but still, his teammate will find the final kill and pick up the AWP. Nor if he fumbles the movement, oh, that's a disaster. Gotta get on the KZ maps, boys. Can't be missing those jumps.
The one and only with 3,500 will be picking up a Mac 10. Double Mac 10 for this round. It's surely going to be a fast one into A from Virtus.Pro, but I don't see a HE just yet for the squeaky door. There's a HE. All right, let's see what they do, because I'm guessing... Well, if they smoke outside, they could go towards B with the Mac 10s. Let's see. You could go ramp with the Mac 10s, although that wouldn't really be ideal. So they're closing in. Cadian might have made a mistake here, getting chased by the Mac 10s, and that is a very unexpected first frag for Virtus.Pro. And opening into the A bomb site gauge, trying to stay alive for now. He needs to. Transferring too early, has to go back. Only gets to 1. This is a disaster for North.
Yeah, that's not the spray you wanted. But Valde's going to push forwards, hearing the bomb be planted. That's just not quick enough, but he does get the kill. He's full HP pretty much. And the positioning here for the T's is not really all that great. Do they have any nades here? A single smoke. Flashbang goes out. That flash actually did help quite a lot. Snacks got some extra damage. Valde did not get a clean angle to kill him. Oh, Snacks has found it. Oh, he's got both! That is really nice for Snacks. That was an awkward spot, but he found a way out.
Yeah. Really excellent positioning there as well. Really enjoyed that from Snacks. Very aware as to what was happening. You can see it was a touch and go round for both teams, both bringing out SMGs as Toa with a jumping Mac 10 headshot, and Snacks waiting for the defuse to come in. Kiabi didn't realize he was that exposed. He touches the bomb, hoping his teammate could cover, but not the case. Virtus.Pro snatch away another round. It's going to be 4-3 in their favor. But money still there for North. You can see the orcs coming out. Compromises being made. Acadian with the glass cannon AWP. Kiabi on the FAMAS, they have no kits currently, and AZ with no utility. So if you're smart now, if you're Virtus.Pro, you do want to be punishing the fact they have a lack of utility. You want to see if you can go for a quick upper execution. That would work out very nicely. And VP are calling the timeout, maybe because they are not fully aware of how to play against the new money system right now. Just kind of working things out and seeing what they will have and talking to their coach and making sure they've made the correct calculations. I think we'll see a lot more pauses just for this first week. People will get the calculators out.
Well, they'll have $1,900 if they lose the round. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think so as well.
So they need a bomb down as well. That would be helpful, and then maybe they could get another buy-in if they lose the round. But they should not.
Practically no util for North. There is a Molotov on Valde, but he's not in position. He's in on a ramp, so there'll be no molly on the smoke grenades, which we have seen quite a lot from CT sides outside. Kiabi, does he have any help? He does have a help. He's got a crossfire situation. 2 kills for him. Has Valde played his cards yet? 3 kills on the ramp for North. That's a pretty good start, all things considered. They've got a man advantage for now. That won't last very long, however, with Bialy down in secret position. Back of the vents, taking AZ out. Looks like Cadian might flank, but it'll be a long flank with AWP, no Kevlar. I would assume he's scoped in and walking all the way indeed. So he has to hope that Virtus.Pro slow it down to figure things out so he can catch up.
For Bialy, not fast enough. Gade had more of an idea of his position. Smoke plots. Gotta go for it. And I wonder if there any stepping. I don't think there's any noise. Yes, just a little bit with the door opening, but Gade makes it happen. 2 kills for him. Redeeming himself for that failed spray perhaps on the upper rush, but indeed we'll get the bomb down for VP, so that's going to be pretty helpful. In addition to, that's $2,700 in addition to the loss bonus, if we've done all the math correctly. And that won't have them in a position where they can get a full buy-in, but they could. They've already shown that with some Mag-10s they can go do upper rushes, and that has been somewhat successful. So maybe they'll decide to do that, keep the pressure on. You can see that Bialy can afford an AK, but nobody else.
Yeah, so a chance here for VP to bite back. We'll see if they're that way inclined. There is opportunity to get a couple of AKs out. Whether it's worth it's yet to be seen. They've already got a decent T side as it is. I don't think they have to fully invest here. Just a partial buy would be fine. They've got 4 smokes. Suggest they'll just go for a 5-man attack towards outside. Secret perhaps, try and go for a lower plant. And we'll see if that's the case. His Snacks actually head towards lobby for now. His teammates though with the outside smokes deployed. There's going to be that Molotov towards the hut just to keep players on that side of the map, keep them interested. Smokes are down. Should see a flurry of players make their way through. They're waiting for the initial spam right now. Going across silently, of course, but the CT's already aware. Valda's down towards lower already. He's there protecting him, holding a nice, difficult angle for them to get multiple frags on. He's looking for 1 kill, fade away, and just deny the plant. He's not going for the big highlight clip montage at this point with this position. There's the kill,
1 spotted and 1 swatted. I don't know if he saw the other play. I don't think he did. I assume he would have shot. Great timing for Kiabi. Silence them 4.
Yeah.
We may see more of those now they've got extra bullets.
So sorry, go ahead.
No.
No. Interestingly, a threat was telling me that he feels like the Silence them 4 is still not compelling at all with the changes.
Fire rate being the main issue.
Yeah, I think he just doesn't feel like it's worth it because it's a mixture of things. He was saying he also feels like the Augur's still too strong, and there's 2 schools of thought there, I suppose. One school of thought is that you want weapons that all have their own jobs. So the Augur is supposed to be for mid and long range. So he suggested like he feels like the fire rate in the DPS should be a little bit lower, so it's not as good in every single situation. Because right now it's just good at every single range, every single situation. And it's only marginally more expensive than an M4A4. And if you want to pick an M4A4, then it should be because it has really fast fire rate, and that should be really good on the rushes and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, it's food for thoughts. We can pick up the discussion later as we do have the rounds continuing again. Curious where you guys land on it. Now we see more and more discussion around all of it.
Yeah, I think the fire rate for me. To be honest, I just prefer the M4A4, man. More bullets, more aggression, loud noises. I'm happy. So I think I'd always use the The thing is, I like my silencer for hot rods. I've named it Beyonce. It's very pretty.
Of course you have.
This is going to be a nasty surprise. A very nasty surprise for Virtus.Pro. Crossfire from North. This is fantastic stuff. We've got a player on the silo. Ding dong. He's still alive. How many times will he knock on the door? Will they go for the wide peak? Did they hear him fall? There is the wide peak. There is the trade. Great play. Teamwork. Together, we are strong.
That's a nice, really nice setup.
Yeah, really good crossfire. One taking all the bait. This is Kiabi just before his teammate gets stuck in, so they're all going to be focused on him. As soon as he strikes, Valda swings out, and you can see it's that double ding towards Snax as well. He got one kill before he dropped, but ultimately should be the eco here for Virtus.Pro. 6-4 down now. Like we said, great start from them with the 3-0 on the pistol, but haven't seen a lot since. It's okay on Nuke. Not ideal at this point, but they've got enough rounds for the half and a couple more of the idyllic if they can get them. Looking to stop the upper rush as the two incendiaries towards Hut and Squeaky Door.
You saw AZ jumping, staring at the floor. That was in case of a flashbang, just so people at home might not realize, but he's specifically looking at the floor to avoid that.
There's this one flash called the God Flash that people are doing right now. You get on the Hut and then you can throw it through the first skylight and it gets everyone. So yeah, you want to be looking down and avoid that.
Avoid eye contact.
Yep.
When chinging the glasses, it's just social awkwardness. Minute 10, VP with pistols and no grenades beyond the smoke they've just deployed. Mihu's been taken out, no spray from AZ. Playing the safe game, and somehow the one and only has crept through the corner of the smoke and taken the player out. But will they get more value out of it? No, just the one kill. Good for 5 to 6k of damage. And there are 4 more rounds to play, so maybe it pays off, maybe it doesn't.
So do you guys think the Orc should be more expensive or that the Orc should be slightly weaker?
3,400 for me was a sweet spot. I think 33 is a little bit too forgiving. I feel like that's just the difference between a flashbang. Get to 3,400, you're talking about maybe missing out on the smoke if you're not completely wrecking people. So that for me would have been enough. I just don't think $100 like really does it.
But you want to keep the Orc the same?
I think the as long as you got that extra $100, I'd like to at least experience it for a few events, see how it went.
There's more money more of the time, which is interesting, but I think it's very hard to price it right so it does get used rather than doesn't get used at all.
Yeah.
So I think they're trying to be careful not to have a complete deterrent.
Ooh, good smoke.
That's an interesting smoke. Pasha would be proud.
Ooh, nice shot from Bialy. That is a really important one. The nade, though, well, Kaden will finish Mihu off with the AWP. This is not looking good again for VP. Struggling to get the edges here.
Yeah, if you're smoking on top of the roof like that, suggest your tactics aren't under lock and key right now. That shouldn't really be happening. They should be dry run and be absolutely spot on. But either way, still fighting in the round. 7-4. Snatchy that's low, but he has the AWP. Now and he misses out on the shot. CTs don't really have to commit to this at all as Toe Up hunts for the next opportunity. The North just want to run that timer right down. They've got presence towards lower. Just need one player there. And they have 2 in towards upper. Toe has to get towards heaven here, but he doesn't have much time to operate with. 30 seconds, and he has a flashbang, but this is going to be watch his position. If that's smoke towards heaven, yes, it is. My God, that's really locked him out. He's just going to have to walk through that. He doesn't have a choice. Flash through and hope for the best, maybe. They cannot wait another 10 seconds for that to go down.
Or can they?
Oh, apparently, that's brave. You've got 0 chance of winning now.
Ooh, maybe Lehel Snatchy goes in first, so the one and only can trade. Since he's got the AK as well, probably going to be easier that way around.
I'd have used the right-click flash and has gone for it instead of just waiting for the smoke and making it very obvious.
8-4 in favor of North. The MAC-10 is out again. Just the one though. Snatchy on a MAC-10, not something you see every day. It's been 4 rounds in a row now for North. Virtus.Pro did win the pistol. It's a HE towards Squeaky Door. Doesn't mean they're committing to something though. Seeing it more and more. Squeaky being blown off all the time. One and only taken out immediately, and there's Snacks through the smoke. This is not a good start for Virtus.Pro. Snatchy and Bialy combined 11 HP. 2 HP and a MAC-10. Not really taking many joules with that. And there he goes. Bialy is not far behind, so the bomb can be collected. Doesn't know if the angle's still being held. In the meantime, Mihu takes 1, not 2. 3v1. Gade knows where the bomb was. Will he check to see that it's gone? That would be a lot of information. North moving around a lot. Got a player on Squeaky off angles towards A, and surely Bialy is doomed unless he finds the right timing. Nope. 9-4 for North.
Still not too bad though. If they can just eke out 1 more round, then still pretty solid chances going into that second half.
I do agree with you, but the fact they won the pistol so convincingly with an outside rush, and we've seen pretty shambolic approaches in terms of the execution so far, I would say this is not a map VP are very well drilled on. It seems like there's certain issues they're not really capable of handling, like that outside crossfire. They have no idea how to really even tackle that.
Yes.
They saw smokes landing on top of roofs and stuff. It just suggests, yeah, they practiced it a little bit, but it's not one of their main maps here. And they're lucky they won the pistol, and whether they can hold a CT side, I don't think it's going to be the case. I think that North got this now. They look too strong.
I'm quite, I was quite curious because what does it say about that map, Paul, if they're having to play this against North versus something else? I was surprised, like, Cash was on the table for a very long time.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it was banned last. So I was surprised not to see Cash, considering that not only that VP played super well on against FaZe of all teams, and just, yeah, it's just Nuke over that. It's interesting.
Just to know, North officially signed their new coach, who had his inaugural debut at the London ICE event.
Yeah.
He'd never done any sort of theory for the team. His first day on the job was at LAN. I got to meet him there. Super nice dude. He's signed his contract now. So
wait, sorry, who is it?
What's his name?
Can't remember. That's what I was hoping you wouldn't ask.
It's a Bardoff level story.
Yeah, I was just like, I've just forgotten his name. And he was a really nice guy, though. I've forgotten his name, though. He was cool. So he signed his contract. So congrats to him. Apologies for not remembering your name.
No need to give Henry spade. He brings his own.
I'll go check the Wikipedia for you.
It was on HLTV the other day, so check that out, maybe. Another clean round. North are just in cruise control right now. Nothing to report.
What happened to AV?
Yeah, he was just, I think they wasn't working out. They had to make some changes, and he was a 1.6 Myther, that's him. Absolutely, that's him. He was 1.6 dude.
His first name is Torbjorn.
Is it really? Nice.
Yeah.
That's not bad.
Torbjorn, what? Like Torbjorn, like Overwatch, or Torbjorn, like a watch?
Like Torbjorn, like Overwatch.
That's cool.
With a J. Name. Oh, is that like a real name?
Yeah.
Oh,
it's a real name.
They have real names like Winston, like.
Yeah. Oh, where's Cadian? Oh, that's getting real as well with the AWP. They went, you can see, and they're clutching at straws with this straight up ramp rush against the AWP as well. They've got almost no horse in this race, but they'll give it a go. Frag won't happen. It's going to be Snatchy, who we know can do some flashy things here, and it'll be up to North to feed him at this stage. Bomb down towards ramp, and he'll desperately look for any opportunities.
That's just the worst thing, isn't it? You're alone. They know exactly where you are, and they put a smoke right in front of you in a tight choke point. Like, well, not much I can do now.
And you have an AWP of all weapons.
Yeah.
And it's been re-smoked. Well, this is a gap there.
Just annoying.
Anything to do with this?
Bullets whistling past his face. There, now Snatchy is gone.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. 11-4 at half. VP win the pistol, but not much else. I think this one's over, but I could be wrong. You'll have to find out after this break.
took my heart and made it colder. I took my soul and tried to run, but I have nowhere to hide. And you'll find me every time. Your pretty little lies are a game. I swear I always fall for the same. Yeah, your wild affection, sweet deception, taking over me. You know you'll find a way to get me back every time. With your pretty little lies, I thought.
Welcome back. Second half, 11-4 North now on the T side. Should be able to close this one out relatively easily from what I've seen so far, but I could be wrong as they go for a fast upper approach here. Smoke towards the main entrance. A rush at the heart, and there's no CT presence at all. They're going for a retake here. That smoke isn't going to help out too much there, Snatchy. He's going to have to smoke the hut and hope for the best, so they're going for a full retake here. He will smoke the hut once the bomb goes down, wait for his teammates to be ready. He's really being patient with this one. When his teammates are in position, smoking door, smoking towards Squeaky. Flash comes in. It's a decent retake attempt, but they are running out of time here.
Ooh, look at the coordination coming in. This is really promising. That's a really cool pop flash into the bomb site. I like to see that. And they burst through. Can they get the headshots? It's very difficult, and no, it will fail in the end. It seems as though that is exactly what they planned for, playing up a retake. Yep. They had the setup for it, and it just, again, the flashes were cool, but just didn't work out. Perhaps it was just too easy to see what was going on.
Is that burst fire at the end? That was pretty spicy. Yeah, a 5-on-5 retake with USPs. Sure, they had 2 flashes, but the smokes were designed to segregate the Ts. The problem is all of the Ts were on the bomb side floor. Smokes did nothing. So had they gone back to lobby, maybe there was a chance there, but no. North were ready to fight. No force buy.
I did an Overwatch case yesterday, and the guy was aimbotting with burst fire on the Glock.
Nice. Making challenging himself at least.
Yeah. Raising the handicap.
Yeah. Making it fair.
Snacks has got an awesome Bowie. It's in the dark, so you can't really see it, but it's really hard to get a clean night skin that doesn't have, where you can see the very tip has like a little wear. It's really, really hard to get a clean one. So props to him. Awkward, Cadian, careful around smokes. Those of you at home, that's why if you're an anti-eco, don't fill a site with smokes, because you're giving your opponent places to hide. If there's a choke point at distance, then sure.
That's a really huge problem, is that the majority of people that I play with, they don't know why they throw a lot of the nades they throw. They just do it because it's like habit, but they don't actually think about the situation and what the nade is supposed to do, or what their opponents might have, or how it may hinder or help them.
One of the interesting things, actually, I guess like psychology, probably the right word, is grenade dumping. Like if you're alone, or even not as a T, and you plant the bomb, people will just throw everything in their inventory immediately, regardless of the situation. Could get caught with grenades in your hands and so on. It would be cool to have like a mini series about things like that, 'cause I feel like it's a mental block. Like sometimes people will panic and grip their mouse too hard in a pistol round, and or spam it too quickly because they think more bullets means probably going to kill the guy, versus if you're just patient, shooting accurate shots, you're going to be more likely with less bullets.
Let's hope Virtus.Pro can be accurate here. 13-4 down. Opted to buy in the third instead of the second. The Orgs are out, but a quick vent dive. AZ is down successfully. He knew there'd be no flames to block him, and he would be right in thinking so. They're going for the ramp split here. We need Mihu to find at least 1 kill. He can't really go down with nothing here. It looks like he's got some backups. It's looking quite good for CTs now. If Mihu can stay alive, which he absolutely can, he'll take the bomb down. This is looking good for VP now. AZ, they know he dropped at the very start of the round, and he should be done for at this point. He does spot the head of Bialy. Lucky to be alive at this point, and hoping he can cause any sort of financial dent. Doesn't look like that'll be likely, though. Not really an opportunity to kill anyone. They know where he is. He's now down to 16 HP and just trying to waste time and bait out anything he can. The smoke won't do much for him as Mihu closes things out. So strong ramp hold there. It's looking a little bit dicey when Mihu got flashed, but overall, it's going to be VP comfortably picking up the round. But another full purchase here on the T side. You'll see the AWP for Cadium, 3 AKs and a Deagle for Gade. Currently sits on 12 kills and 10 deaths. Kill distribution pretty even on that side of the equation. It's Bialy and Snacks a little bit far behind. Snatchy on 7 as well. We want to see his numbers pick up on the CT side if he gets a chance to. This is the pick of North. It's the best of 3, single elimination. So lose this series and you're out. We move on to Train next, which is the VP pick. So not all is lost. We've talked about this before. We saw NIP lose 16-2 last week in their first map and come back and win the series, right? So it's always possible to bring things back. Scorelines don't really matter too much in best of 3s.
Oh, another dodgy smoke. That's not because of a Molotov or anything. It's just bad.
That's not bad.
Cadian enjoying the AWP. The Lightning, one of my favorites. Mihu's a good guy to watch demos of on a CT side of almost any map. You can learn. He's got a lot of novel grenades. Cash is a good example. I don't know how many players were spotted in a secret position. It's quite a presence outside for North. Now, how does Snacks escape this position? Does he assume that there'll be someone trained on his location? CT's pushing all over the place, but they've got big problems now.
Yeah, he had to drop on AC there. That's a shame for him. I don't know. This is tough. If Mihu can get 2 out of this, maybe they will actually be able to go for this round. The bomb's actually dropped on the floor as well, which he sees. And so his teammate absolutely can give him a helping hand. If Mihu can just survive and not get pincered here, then perhaps there is a chance, but it is a slim one. As he tries to force his way out to safety here, and it might just work out. AZ had no idea he was pushing up for that, and now looking to recollect the bomb here. Mihu's absolutely owned this one, as he has outpositioned them, outmaneuvered them, outsmarted them, now just down to Kirby, and he has not even got any time to draw his gun. Beautiful from Mihu.
Yeah, really nice stuff there. 3 kills, clinical from the ramp room, collects the AWP as well. Bomb goes down, so not all is lost for North, but the campaign to get back into this one really starts now for VP. Really need to avoid losing future rounds. They have enough for a decent buy going forward with the AWP Sage and the AK-47 as well. Not really enough there for North to justify the force. We'll see though on 3K if they want to go for it. Better off just getting the next round and having the full buy, as Mihu shows us what he's made of with the AUG at all ranges and disciplines. Gets 3 in total, and indeed just a Deagle P250 focus here from North, because they could definitely buy next round.
Road to recovery for the Poles.
Yes. We have 1 smoke and a flashbang. Maybe a vent dive is in order. Time will tell.
If you're ever in a Polish restaurant,
okay,
get galabki and borscht.
That's the
homemade
soup, right?
beetroot soup.
Yeah, that's good.
It's really good. You can get sachets, but it's obviously not the same or anywhere near close to the real one.
Yeah, that is legit.
It's bloody good.
Pierogies as well, can't go wrong now.
Yeah. Pierogi is the best implementation of cabbage ever.
I think the Koreans, South Koreans would disagree, James, or the Koreans in general.
Disagreeing is fine.
Kimchi, man.
Okay.
That's the tough one. You can't. How can you beat kimchi?
Ooh. All right, let's do it. Joint first. Joint first. Joint first. North closing the distance, trying to swarm using the numbers. Channeling their inner Zerg, but it looks like a novice Zerg because they're all dead and they haven't really done anything.
He got saved. He's on 1 HP. Snatchy, what a hero, swooping in.
Always nice. I wonder if Valve are actually going to change this flashbang thing, because I know they like to glean data over an extended period of time.
Yeah.
But that seems a little clear cut to me.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not even that someone threw the flash for somebody. It's about who. It's the who for me, because if you're on an Inferno and like the Arch player is on B because of the flash assist, then that's information your opponent shouldn't have.
It should just be your teammates see it, but not the opposition. That's such an easy fix. Everyone gets the credit, and you don't give away the information to the teammates. Everyone can get the pat on the back they need, and that's it. That's all it's for, really, right?
I sent Valve 3 emails yesterday.
Oh my goodness. Hi again, Bardolph here. you know what I'm writing about.
Please reply. Love you lots. XXX.
Snatching towards the ramp, aggressive this time with the AWP. He gets the first kill, and it looks like VP are on their feet now. There is a chance of this comeback on the CD side of Nuke. Not all is lost in the 5-on-3. We'll see if Gade and Co can make their way outside. Damage has been done significantly towards Bialy. As you see their money being drained, and VP started to swell now with Snack, some knocking on the door of 10k. Need to win this round cleanly though to be very secure going forward. Decent HE towards AZ, he's going to try and pop flash towards events. Has made his way down, he's very good at negating smokes and flashbangs. And is he going for a quick plant? That's the question. Even if he is, his teammates are dropping like flies. Good shot as he has to fall back.
3v2, AZ and Valde. Oh, that's beautiful from Valde. Down to 2 HP.
Wow.
AZ will clean up though. Valde running distraction, planted for main where he is, and now Snacks is alone with that big ass Bowie. It's clean. It's not perfect, but it's as good as you can ask for anyway. See if he can find the right angle now. AZ's got 3 different places to look. Straight in the head from Snacks. He's looking sharp today. But where is the other player? He'll have an idea based on where the bomb is planted. But it could be a trap. He can still be peeked. Valde's got to pick the right time though, 8 HP. Oh, he looks away! Perfect timing. Just about sees him before he looks away. And there's Snacks with a 3k and round number 8 for Virtus.Pro.
A strong 3k as well. That shot towards lobby. AZ would have been much better off just playing an off angle there, at least challenging him. But it was a great snappy shot here. AZ, such good work as well. This is a 4-on-2 or 5-on-2 if you want to look at it like that. They managed to bring it right back in their favor. This shot is where it went wrong. Nice Molotov, as you said, James. Good awareness as to where he could be. Touches the bomb. Arguably, Valdo with low HP might have been better off just trying to take the risk of the fake defuse there, but he wasn't sure. He had to go check and see what was going on, and unfortunately that was the incorrect move. It will be North giving that round away, but with so much damage done, and their loss bonus starting to build up here. With the plant, there is a buy available. It will just be AK armor and nothing else for 3 of them, in fact. You can see Cadian, Gade, and Kiabi can afford just AK's armor. Cadian goes for the Galil just to give him a smoke and a couple of flashbangs, but that's about it. So a difficult round for them, but they know they have a chance to damage the finances of the CTs here.
I had a Polish person who will remain anonymous message me and say, what the F is Galapki? Because it's Golabki. So excuse me for my bad pronunciation. Being harassed. 5-round lead for North at the moment. 4 AK-47s and a Galil for Cadian.
They've been doing really good damage to VP's economy. Even the VP winning the rounds, and that was like a 1v1. These buys are really expensive. You can see they're favoring the Orcs as well, and that increased cost does add up. So even though North are struggling to get a foothold, I am really worried for VP for some of the reasons that Henry stated earlier. Oh my god, the lineup. That flash was so beautiful. I take it all back.
Kiabi manages to avoid the 3rd flashbang. And see some repositioning. Virtus.Pro all over the place in a positive way. Valde won't get double peeked just yet. He doesn't have the bomb. Waiting for somebody. Gets his 1v1, doesn't win it. Virtus.Pro quickly catching up to North.
Oh, yes.
They're building money on their CT side as well. This could be problematic for the Danes.
The flash as well. That's what you need to appreciate. Oh, that's actually really well coordinated. The fact you've got a guy in garage and they're making that sort of play, the comms are really on point there. So, Virtus.Pro, their T side was sloppy, sure, but the CT forces seem like they're drilled. They have some nice little tricks up their sleeve, and that's quite fancy, I have to say. As they get their 5th round in a row, even that's not enough to keep North afloat. They're going to have to take a partial buy here, buy up into the next round, but these rounds always dangerous. As Mihu finds out, gets flashed, and does stick around at least for now. Doesn't want to re-peek in case there's 4 terrorists on the other side. As they set up their smokes, they're going to try and get Cadian down towards Loez, normally the in-game leader. Gaps in their smokes as well. You shouldn't really be seeing that at this level of play, but there it is. He will get across safely. Nonetheless, Toa needs at least 1 here, gets a couple, that's enough. Plant might be able to come through, but round will be still going in favor of VP, almost certainly.
It's Gowompki.
What's that?
Not Galap key.
Ah, okay.
So, all right, fair
almost
enough. I was, yeah, just a few meters away. A few hundred.
It's interesting too here because VP, it could just be that this is like a map which they just started saying, okay, we really want to put this map into our pool, and you know, it could be the case that just like you said on that T side, some of the sloppiness might be because they're not quite so drilled on that yet, but they have a really good game plan as far as the CT side is concerned, because it does kind of seem like that. From what we saw in the pistol round, I don't think I've seen a team try to go for a retake on the upper bomb side like that. And so it does seem like there has been a lot of thought put into their setups on the CT side. So perhaps this is just the latest addition to their map pool. They just started practicing this. They want to play it in future LANs.
There are lands in the future, certainly.
Lands of the Future. A children's story by Deadly Deagle King.
The Deadly
Featuring
Deagle King.
Super Army soldiers.
Oh, I forgot about those guys. Where have they been? We're going for the upper split, but the looks of things here. North looking to really solidify their chances here on Nuke, but it's getting scary. VP pulling this right back, and they're doing a great job so far. 2 more kills in their favor. The classic combo of Bialy and Snacks find the advantage.
Okay, he's making inroads outside. Does he hit a play out lower? I think he does. He's got a superior angle. Oh, no, he didn't, but he gets a kill regardless. Mihu taken out. There is a player in heaven. Snatchy. Who's going to have the angle through the grills? Now that's Kiabi alone in that main position. Spots 3 at once. Takes one in the face. And Virtus.Pro are a mere 2 rounds away.
Yeah, they're doing fantastic work here.
They've basically won every round beyond the pistol.
Yep.
Smashing it.
It has been a CT-dominant game, as we can see, which does not bode well for North at this point.
It's the exact opposite of what happened in the first half. They won the pistol, and that was pretty much it. Now they've lost the pistol and won every single gun round. So there you go.
They have great like pop flash setups outside. Have we? I don't think we've really seen North go for an upper set piece. Maybe if you add a bit of delay, you'll be able to, well, not run into the initial like, counter rush grenades at the beginning of the rounds, and then perhaps, you know,
their default really kind of swings around the fact AZ getting down the vents. He's just not doing it right now. If he can't get down there, then they really struggle to run their default efficiently. That's when they execute when he gets down there. But VP are doing a fantastic job of just holding him off, and they're not getting secret control. In fact, that crossfire with the flashbang towards that side really is a hindrance. So I think that's why they bring out the orb. Try and find the first pick either towards ramp or the main entrance. Could choose the hut as well, but the first 2 are more common. KD and Des goes for the ramp pick. Doesn't find anything just yet. So it's going to be me who remember the solo hold. Actually, Snatchy who's moved over. So nice to see him mixing things up.
Yeah, I was going to say, they've VP have been changing their CD setups pretty frequently, so it's kind of hard to read exactly what they're up to, which is, again, you know, another sign that they've been working on this map for sure. Yeah. At this point, we're starting really to see why they were happy to choose or to play this one, leave it in the pool over maps like Cash, where we saw them do very well previously. Kaden's still looking for a pick, so this round will likely be a slow one. And VP know that the AWP is out there as well, and they saw it last at ramp. They can reasonably guess that it's rotated around, but you can see Snatchy's moving forwards. He's just edging more and more forwards here. This is interesting. Looking deep there into lobby.
So Virtus.Pro, where is Mihu right now? Okay, so they've got Secret and they've got Snatchy in that position, which means that they have a lot of information, Virtus.Pro, and North are looking for, it seems, an entry, but they're unlikely to get one because VP have a lot more information than they might expect. Snatchy might be wondering where these people are. Taking a risk now. It's good timing. You can see him trying to reposition, expecting somebody might be towards Squeaky. Can't get around the corner fast enough, though, but it's still a man advantage as 2 plays have been lost for North.
So it's a really good play so far from VP. As you mentioned, that proactiveness really throws a wrench into the works. And Snacks sprays it down for the bomb. Doesn't know the second player from that position. Does know the player coming from Hut, though. And that is beautiful stuff from AZ. Just headhunting.
Oh, the CTs win by timeout, even though AZ gets a 4K. That is wild. So it seems that's a really interesting situation. North just seemed to be waiting for an eventual pick that never came, and even with all this action, 6 seconds on the clock when he collects the bomb in main.
So clean.
It was. Couldn't
really
have been
nice,
better.
but maybe those frags will pay off in terms of the damage done.
Well, yeah, potentially a few of them are 10k on Bialy. Unless they absolutely blow them out of the water this round, they should be okay. We'll see. As now, we'll see North purchase that. Remember, there's no reset at this point. Even if they lose one round, like they're okay. It's not too bad. But either way, we'll see now Virtus.Pro with the chance to tie things up. And North, are they forcing into this fully? Not quite. AZ saved AK. Caden on the AWP. You've got no money from the previous round. He'll be on glass cannon. They're running out of lives here. This is a desperate situation.
Gotta give it to VP. Playing it so smart, knowing that there's an AWP on the other team after Caden shoots it, knows that it'll be a slow round.
Yeah.
Snatchy knows that he can try to take some space because they're playing so slow. We'll have to see a faster round here from North just because VP have shown that they are reading the game flow very, very well and taking advantage. And it takes AZ to get a 3K in quick succession and they still can't win the round. That's a pretty big statement. So speeding things up here, we got Cadian on the roof of main already. That AWP. That's not a pleasant sight for the T's, and Snatchy's doing it again.
He loves it. See more AWPers try this. Like, it's a scary one, considering the amount of angles, but free kill, bomb down, second one coming in as well. It's just an absolute shooting gallery over here. And North are starting to flounder. They're going to have to use a smoke, which they were saving for something a little bit more beneficial, but they recover the bomb. 5 versus 3, his job's done. He can move elsewhere now.
Go on holiday, take a vacation.
I'm a big fan of Snatchy. He's awesome. Gade will have to be awesome if there is a round to be had here for North. There's a second shot frag for him. That's beautiful.
Ooh.
Opening up the A bomb site. Rotation towards the heaven position. He's heard it. He will plant for the main, or will he? Not sure. He's going to bide his time because Caden's on the flank, of course. Gade has shown plenty of presence, and this will not be expected. Oh, no! What's happened there?
The flash.
That is absolutely brutal. Who's going to win this duel now? They're both going for no scopes, I think. It's the HE. What is going on? Where's the last player? Oh, my God. That is so unfortunate for North.
Can we see the replay of the flash? Did it come from a teammate or did a CT throw it by accident? I have no idea. If it was his teammate trying to flash that position before he peeked it, that's so brutal. Gade does everything again. It's similar to the AZ sequence. They get it down to winnable situation. Who has a flash? Not this. It was a CT flash, but how did it get him there?
God,
That's insane.
That is maybe the difference between winning and losing the first map.
Yeah, and remember, this is the North pick as well. It's Train next, where VP have been doing some great work recently. So, smoke's outside again. North yet to post anything since the pistol round. They had gaps in the smoke, but this one looks tighter. That's more like it. That's how it should be thrown. You don't want anything. So you can use it every single round without the CTs getting any intel if you send players down there or not. Snack seeing if he can get any sort of a advancement through the radar. Not going to get anything, though, as 3 players make their way down. So looking good for North so far. No casualties taken, but Mihu this time towards lower.
Snags, you dirty dog. He's trying to get himself a flank, but Valde is wise to it. And that's why he's outside still, so that he can lurk and he can be a counter lurk. And now North with a decisive advantage moving forwards to this lower push, but VP do have the info, and Snatchy's been fantastic so far. Gets himself a second one, does get traded out eventually though, but he's done enough. He's evened it up. 3 versus 3, the bomb's down. Mihu still doing good work also. And they're just going to challenge for this. Valde goes for the peak, he gets it, but he's critically weak now.
2v2 sound cues for Virtus.Pro. The door has been opened, but it seems that North are going to A. Maybe the door was closed. Bialy's in position though. He knows what's possible. Oh dear. Valde with 4 HP. What can he possibly do? Going down.
It's just desperate now, isn't it?
Yeah, 20 seconds as well. Doesn't have time really to try and create himself a better situation. And this should be a free kill for the one and only. Bosh, no bomb plant for North. And I don't know if North can really buy either.
They haven't posted a single round since the pistol and second round full eco. Ever since then, it's been nothing but VP, and North now running out of ideas. They got 3 players down towards lower successfully, but so telegraphed. Like, VP have shown so much presence towards ramp, the North aren't really pressuring it anymore. They sent Snatchy towards lower. So he was at ramp before that he was outside. This time, sure, he was secret, but deep down in there, waiting for the full commitment. He felt like that was their only saving grace. He gets 2 kills, denies everything. They go back at the vent. Bialy's watching it, and they look like they're in full control of every situation right now. Impressive stuff from VP. More like it. This team's finally showing promise. As we said, their T side was pretty underwhelming from a tactical point of view, but CT side has been beautiful, I will say, and that's fine by me. Having CT-sided maps in CSGO really isn't a problem. I actually don't mind it at all. I think of Fortress and trying to break it down and having great strategies and variations as part of the game, and with the AUG there, allowing you to hold angles, it's more like classic Counter-Strike, to be honest. So it's good to see strong arming on the CT side, and you're trying to desperately break them down of a huge individual play as they go for faster approach. 2 towards Heaven and 3 down towards Secret, but Snacks continues to apply the pressure. That's Kiabi going down first, and Mihu once more ready and lower.
Yeah, the fact that North, that's a beautiful smoke, slowing things down. North, as you mentioned, wanted a faster pace, but they have been forcefully slowed down. But what is this? Once again, AZ finds himself a double, somehow creeping up to the Heaven position, and even though he didn't realize there's a guy up the ladder, he still manages to make it work. Now finding from behind VP, 2 versus 3. Bialy, they line up for him. Now down to Mihu, trying to do the same, but there's too much trade potential, and finally North pick up a round. And North have not been able to plant bombs in this half, and they had to get it done there through elimination. And somehow there was a hole, a massive gaping hole in the defense. Increase AZ, that should not be happening.
So now this is the first example of the new money system in effect. They've won a single round. If they lose this follow-up and it goes to 15-14, North will get $2,900 instead of the 34 or what it would have been $1,400. It's the first chance for us to actually see it come into full effect. So we'll see how this pans out.
Toa's on a bloody 5-7.
Yeah, the rounds have been close.
Oh, wow. It's a banana 5-7 at least. The most powerful one.
That's true. Blessed by Freiburg.
Plenty of potassium for explosive power. The multi-frags from North on the T side, just about keeping them in this game.
That's true. It goes back to that round from AZ. Sure, he didn't win, but he caused the damage, right?
And even that round where they lost with the flashbang, they killed 3 of the players at least. So all that impact from North might just pay off for them.
Well, here we go then. We're going the full distance, whatever happens here. 14-14, and a huge advantage for North, but they haven't exactly been capitalizing upon those. 3 rifles still, a decent amount of utility on the CT side, and an MP9, if played correctly, is absolutely fine towards those secret steps, for example. Mihu letting ramp be open for now. He can't really justify swinging in and facing that one because it'll be too much utility focused towards the choke point. He's going to have to relinquish it, allow them to have it, and this is where his role comes into full effect. He needs to deny them access towards the Heaven position. Good job so far, considering they have the man advantage, and Snack should be able to clean up here, hoping no one was up there, and that's going to be round VP. Less than 25 seconds at this point. Gade with a nice approach towards the huts. That was their last chance, though. And remember, we'll see them get $2,900 each into this round now, especially if no plant. That's going to be beneficial instead of the standard $1,400. So that's just to negate that full reset, and I mean, it's a GG completely at this point. There's still a fighting chance for North now, especially if they save an AK. At least that's the way it should go out, if that's my understanding. And indeed, have they got that? Yeah, okay, it all works out. It makes sense.
It's really cool that VP understood how to play positionally there. I mean, that's what Nuke is. Nuke is all about rotations and positional play and information as the CT side. And because you don't have to challenge for every single spot, you just have to know where to fall back, which angles to hold, how to get those crossfires in, and Mihu did a really good job just trading 1-for-1 with the M4A1 there, and you can see he wasn't suspecting them to come quite so quickly. But here it's into the next round. VP, can they close it down? They look like they're out of the game after that first half, but they are all the way back in. Not a bad start for them, though.
Landmines on the outside as North run down to the secret position. 4 players on road, not messing around this time. Mihu, nasty surprise. Trying to create some space for himself. That was a fight he didn't want to take. He's prioritizing his own life rather than taking maybe one guy and getting traded very, very early indeed. And that allows Virtus.Pro to keep position. The fact that North haven't got a frag just yet. They're moving around over to decontamination. Close scope at close range for Snatch. He doesn't quite work out for him. Mihu will get one kill. Here's a bomb being planted. That will distract though, and Gade will get a kill instead. Snacks moving through the smoke, hiding in plain sight. Didn't see the player just go past him. That might benefit the CTs really. Ding dong, there goes Gade. Valde and the Reds. Took a while to see though. And now it's down to Bali to try and avoid overtime. 1 versus 2. Try and limit the peaks of a smoke towards Decon. Does he go for the hold? Is there a spray? That is overtime. Immediate kill from Cadian. North stay in the map.
Well, there we go. North wake up just in the nick of time there. You could see, look at the frag numbers on the T side. AZ, Valda, Gade having great sequences, just unable to close out rounds, but I suppose it doesn't matter. They've tied things up, they've reset everything, and we go to 10k MR3 here. They'll start on the T side. And we're going to go to another little break, guys. We're going to see how this action pans out just after this.
Now the times are changing, we're standing in the line.
Overtime, ladies and gentlemen. Who would have thought? North looked like they were crushing it in the first half. VP woke up, though, and here we are, all tied up. MR3, 10k, first to 19 wins. 18-18, we do it all over again. And we'll see Snatch with the AWP, both teams fully equipped. You might not see helmets on the CT side because they're not really required. And that's evident in the fact that VP don't have a single one. Trying to save that cash, every dollar counts. I mean, 10k,
there we go.
That's going to be a difficult smoke to deal with now.
That's the first molly smoke we've seen all game.
Full-on denial.
Show me the gap, Sliggy. Show me the gap. Yoga pants are on. Snacks outside main position. Their flank is going to come quickly. There's one kill. There's a second. That's the bombers working. Hold this angle. 3, 4. Okay, then. Marvelous stuff. 3 kills for Snacks. Look like 4. I'll take 4 anyway.
Yeah. Okay, then. Well, Snacks punishing. They had to drop a smoke on the fly just to compensate for the gap that was there. And Snacks mops up with the AWP. No one looking at him. Didn't detect it. It's going to be the first shot on the board. CT's now comfortable in terms of finances for the last round. AK's out once again. No AWP on the T side. Tried to go very quickly that round. Will they continue with that pace? Smokes deployed towards outside. Don't want to be denied again. They are waiting perhaps for the initial incendiary. Smoke's now gone. We'll see if they can get it down this time. And it looks like it's clear. There we go. Oh, no, it's happened again. Okay. No, it's fine. There wasn't an extinguished.
Oh, light him up! Valde's 13 HP. That was my whole passage time. I was done, but I'll carry on, I suppose. 3 players on the ramp make it 4. North moving quickly towards the B bomb site. The one and only is in position. Is there someone to distract for him? Maybe open the door. I assume that's happening. Mihu smoked off in the control position. This could get really bad for North. Can they find the right entry? Okay, planting the bomb, going for it. That will be denied. Going for a second kill, not happening. Snacked over, 2-man spray down. Mihi will get the last one. 2 from 2 for Virtus.Pro.
No plants at all. It was another fast round there from North, this time focusing towards the lower bomb side, but you could see so telegraphed. VP had, what, 3 players waiting for them? No problem at all. Toa denying the plant. That's all he had to do in that scenario, and he absolutely nails it. Org and M4 combo looking very strong as they get a couple of AKs into the mix now. North desperately buy into the last round. They didn't buy any AWPs. They still have the AK-47 still. Need to post at least 1 round here. It's going to be really dicey for them. But remember, VP struggled on their T side as well, but they'll have a lot more confidence, resources going into the second half if they do 3-0 this.
Yeah, I completely agree. North, you can see that they're speeding things up massively because they play so many slow rounds. They found absolutely no success with it in regulation, but even when they go faster, VP just showing that they're not a one-trick pony on this CT side of Nuke. They're just reading the map well, positioning well, and the team play looks really good. So we get a slow round here from North, trying to take some control outside, using the Molotovs, not throwing all the smokes just yet. Trying to go for the challenges here. Snacks behind the box. Can't find himself the headshot he needs. Snatchy's in there, though. Is there a trade to be had? No, not just yet. But there are players looming close. And he's still out there.
Hit it.
Oh, my God. He actually got that one. That is nuts.
That was a beautiful first frag from Bayali as well. Second one leaves AZ in a 1 versus 3. Out he comes looking for multi-frags from a similar position. A familiar position, but he needs to catch the bomb as well. He's got 45 seconds. Mihi with a weird angle will be enough to give Virtus.Pro 3 game points moving into the T side.
Absolutely true. North now really struggling. Their T side has not been successful. Virtus.Pro with their nice adaptation throughout the half and aggression from Snacks outside as well. Too much to handle, it seems. Bialy was the hero of that round after losing the trades outside. He manages to find a couple, and they switch over to the T side, as James mentioned, with 3 opportunities to close out North's pick. Or, actually, yeah, it's his North's pick, isn't it? We have the train next, which is VP, so this would be actually pretty massive. So, all for Cadian and Snatchy, who's had 22 kills to his name. Caden 18, not that far behind. The majority have been with the AK-47, I would say, as they set themselves up with the windows being shot out. Could go for the fast Molotov towards the hut, but Mihu wants to find kills outside as they run their default here. CT's ready for the rush with the incendiaries down. They've denied that and got themselves in position.
I feel like it's destined for VP, the amount of confidence that they must have and the amount of frustration there must be on the North side of things. Just can't make anything work on that T side of theirs. Finally back on the side with which they had so much success in, but will VP be a bit warmer now? Will they be hitting their shots a bit more quickly? That's what I'm looking to see, if it's the case or not. And Snatchy looking to open things up with the AWP from ramp, or, well, from the trophy room towards ramp. And now he'll fall back. Some nades going back from Cadian. And VP look like they're about ready to set up a push here. How many God flashes will we see?
Well, there's the one. That's going to be their cue to make their way out. Gates not flash. Just should be able to find at least 1. Better than that, he gets 2.5. That should be around for North here in the 4 versus 2, but plenty of time remaining. Cadian hitting all the shots required. The bomb goes down on the floor. Snatchy, though, still fighting, but not for long. Could have been a bit of a brawl there towards the end. Cadian with 3. He denies the plant and keeps North alive. 2 more rounds like that required with the AWP purchase previously. It should be a little bit more troublesome for Snatchy to purchase the AWP. He has 1 final chance at it. You can see he's gone down to $100 here. Decent spawns, and well, they want to go for that main entrance pick. We'll see. North looking to answer back for 3-0 themselves. Certainly possible if the first half of regulation was anything to go by.
Would it be nice to see that molly on the hut?
Yeah, really would have helped them out.
Yeah, I feel like they could do the same round with that molly in addition. Would have been a pretty solid round.
North need 2 rounds from 2. Virtus.Pro lining up the smokes for the outside. Snacks is going to catch a player jumping, but he will catch some hot lead. I don't know if he saw 2 players, what that information might mean. North with aggressive positions outside. Well, they might move between the smokes. Maybe wondering if they're walking on the inside. They're lining up for him. But he won't get anything out of it. But he sees at least 2, maybe 3 players on the radar, and North will reposition appropriately.
You saw that death cam play from VP. They all knifed out, looking like they're going to run towards Secret there, just to bait out at least one towards lower, but actually falling back towards lobby. And Snatchy has ramp control. He's confirmed rotations have been made. North focusing towards lower, and Snatchy will call for his teammates to maybe execute towards lower. Problem is they don't have a smoke. So going down to that lower bomb site is going to be incredibly difficult. Snatchy not in the ideal position to hold off rotating players, but he can still do it to some extent. He's going to have to check out the ladder room here. Kiabi's probably got him, but no. He hits the shot. They have the advantage, but time running very thin now. 30 seconds. Remember, no smokes to actually get towards lower. They might just have to flash the top of ladder and hope for the best. Oh, the incendiary makes things very difficult. They've got no time here.
19 seconds. Gambles must be taken. Cadian on the low ground. Spots a player in main. There's a second frag as well. 2 players left. Surely they can't do this. There's no time to plant the bomb. They'll all walk to their doom. No more impact to be had from Virtus.Pro in that round in terms of frags or otherwise. They can buy regardless. But maybe Snatchy should have held on to his weapon because he's got 2600. So that seemed a bit suicidal. Maybe short-sighted. At this point, maybe give it up. Hold on to the AWP. Where did Gage shoot him from? Maybe he was trying to, I'm not sure. But here we are. He has a P250 for the last round of the first overtime. He's hoping to pick up a weapon, or maybe he'll be cannon fodder. That Molotov may deter their intentions. Got a player running down through main as well. On the outside, Miku is in the middle of no man's land, but he's been traded. Gage pushing forward, and we've got 5 frags in a few seconds. This is absolute madness.
It really is. A chance here, though, for VP, but they have 1 Molotov and 2 AKs. That's it. Time on their side, 1 minute 20, but someone has to work a pick here. That's been incredibly difficult towards upper, as both of them focus on Squeaky now. Going to try and trade out. Hopefully, it'll just be a clean kill towards upper. The player waiting for them, that's going to be AZ. Clinical in his first approach, and Toa might be able to take him down here, but no. It's double overtime. Now North have the advantage. As Elstar on the CT side looking to replicate the success here, go for another 3-0, but it all starts again with 10K MR3.
Damn. This could go on for a while. This is been a pretty interesting one. Looks like North, still confident, playing really well on that CT side, and that's good to see. Testament to their experience as a top-level team. And VP on the T side again. Can they find some level of success here? It seems like both teams are somewhat clueless as to where the consistent edges lie on that T side. And VP, I do feel like their upper set piece with the Molotov would actually have been a really solid round.
Yeah.
So I would like to see them try it at least another time here. I think it was the first round of the first overtime T side. I think they did it on the first round. So we'll see if they do something similar here. Lots of mollies purchased.
Well, the player's going to take a little 1 minute break here. We'll keep chatting, I think. We can handle 1 minute of dead air, perhaps.
Crikey, the things we could say, Henry.
Yes, exactly. It's a risk I'm taking
seconds.
here. Yeah, I'm going to see how it works out and kind of use it as a litmus test for the rest of the day. But for now, yes, at North, they can actually work out whether they want to continue the KD and AWP. I think they absolutely will. He's done a great job.
I haven't seen these before.
Never have I.
In the B bomb site,
Sure.
See, it says spent fuel pool. That's what that pool is down there. So when you have fuel rods which have been spent, they sit in water to keep them at a temperature, which is why when Fukushima, they couldn't control the temperature and then they just went nuts. But
doesn't it also help to contain the radiation?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Well. Yeah, but it has to be kept at a certain temperature, very cold, I believe. So that would explain why people are trying to blow it up. No swimming, please.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, you can if you want.
Well, I guess, yeah. Want to be mutated, perhaps.
I quite like the new Nuke. Hey, I have a question for you, Henry. On ramp, from a CT perspective, if you're holding ramp right, there's that orange box which goes towards looks towards lobby. like in older versions of Counter-Strike,
Yep.
you would find some CTs spraying through the corner of that box.
Sure.
Instead of facing people. You can still do it now, but nobody does.
It's because in like the previous iteration and especially the source version, you had 2 boxes there. So you had a big one and a small one. You could play off the small one and use it as a more advantageous angle. Now it's like you expose your full body to peek it. You can see everything. It's not like you can peek with just your head like you could do in the old version. So it's good for like sneaky plays to bait someone in there. So you have one player around, they're focusing on him. You play one at the back, drop one down, and then he attacks from there. But it's not a great angle to actually go for one-on-one duels. You're obviously very prone to Molotovs and everything else. So yeah, not a great spot unless you're being sneaky, perhaps.
Okay, for the Garage doing some big damage. Strong position, but they do trade out evenly overall, so need to get into the bomb side though. Gate's been a problem, but problem has been solved. And now VP have a really big advantage. They've got a 3 versus 2 with well over a minute left to go. And I love that they don't just rush into the upper bomb site. They don't know 100% where those last 2 players could be hiding. They want to group up and, as best they can, find positive engagements, trade out. And, well, that's amazing. 3 versus 1 now. But I wouldn't count Valde out in this situation. We see them do more with less.
Yeah, and especially on Nuke as well. It's actually one of his most prevalent clutch maps, I would say. We'll see what he can do. Incredibly smart. Probably one of the best in Denmark clutches if you remove Zipex out of the equation. We'll see what can be done here. Not the greatest start. Snatchy waiting for the mistake and the reaction. And it comes in, and that's the first round. We've seen VP post on the T side in quite a while. Remember, they finished 11-4 in regulation and just got 3-0'd as well. So they kick off double overtime with a round victory. That's huge for them, as they'll take a timeout as well and discuss their options as Cade brings out the auto shotgun in the second round of double overtime. Didn't have to. You can see he's got residual cash there. He's hoping that this will be the weapon that finds them success.
Yeah.
He's got a good spawn to get to his desired distance. Deliver those meat shots.
It was cool, by the way, that VP waited for Valde, because they know what time in the round it is, and they know, because there wasn't that much time gone, I think like 40 seconds. They know what time in the round it is, they know everyone who died, and they know where Valde plays. So that only leaves a certain amount of possibilities as to if he's like walking, like where he's going to be coming from. And as a quick explanation there, like, you know, you should always pay attention when you're playing games, what positions people play. Because at certain timings, it makes it much more obvious where they can come from.
Sound advice, Dan. And we'll see if Virtus.Pro can bring it to full effect here. The auto shotgun, remember, for Gage. As they continue their approach towards that side, this time a bit more aggression in the CTs. It's an absolute battle here. Bavalda's been taken down to 19, but it doesn't seem to matter. They've got full control on the CT side. They're going to try and get the hell out of dodge now. Smokes come in, 5 versus 3, job done for North. And they are very happy with that. Valda just keeps showing presence here. Doesn't have to overcommit. Doesn't need another frag. Just wants to show that someone's towards Seeker and hopefully push them towards upper.
Ooh, what a peek from Snacks.
Yeah.
That is crazy. You're not supposed to win that against the AWP. That's not how that's supposed to go. And this is beautiful too, because going to apply so much pressure, surely force out some rotation, create some space for the players outside, but with Kirby lurking in the garage, still doing a lot of damage and just teasing, just entertaining the peak now, not going for it, not committing to it. He can bring a teammate across to help him in this engagement, so he doesn't have to just go for a clean 1v1.
2 players remain for VP. They need to make the best use of the remaining time that they can. Snack's trying to make something happen. There goes the shotgun. He'll get himself an upgrade later. The one and only now. What can you really expect to get out of this? 30 seconds is enough time to clear a site. Being as careful as possible, checking off angles from Garage, CT vent, but he gets shot from T vent. North can't really afford to lose more than 1 round on their CT side, because the CT side is looking extremely dominant at the moment. So Virtus.Pro is still in a good position. Even if they go 1-2, it's not terrible by any means.
Certainly not, James. We'll see what they can do. Can they close it out, the Snatchy AWP? It's been pretty powerful, but Cadian certainly looking good on his CT side as well. 2 AKs for Gade and AZ as they deploy the faster outside spokes with looks things right now. Getting in position. CD's deployed every single round of play. If you don't, you kind of leave an open position on the map that the CT don't have to worry about. Nice spam from Snacks, and he does a little bit of damage towards Cadian though. When he, oh, that smoke's not ideal, which shouldn't be a problem. No one can see the gap as he makes his way down. But Kiabi, he certainly can spot something. He was towards the secret steps, gets one. Quick reply, 4 versus 4. Snatchy on 2 HP.
Beautiful combination. Never heard the flash. Eats it, then eats some bullets from Mihu as well. Man advantage for Virtus.Pro. That is a glorious peak from Valde. They really can't drop this round north. There's a minute on the clock for Virtus.Pro, and they're really playing it slow. No sound cues. Snatch is carrying the bomb with 2 HP. That is something to focus on as time continues to get lower. Valde still in control of the ramp position. But we have Bialy in the low ground by the control position. Be interesting to see if they went for those synchronized door openings, but the other 2 players are outside, trying to cross. Now, there was only one person watching outside from Heaven earlier on. Right now, nobody's watching, but maybe Gade heard the scope. Probably did. Bomb will be given to another player, so Snatchy can hold an angle with the AWP. 25 seconds, and I don't know if anybody from North is on a lower area, so a plant is looking likely.
Time ticking away though, James. 15 seconds remain. VP got to get their skates on here. They have no smokes. And Molotov is all they have. Bialy will have to cover and hope for the best here as Valda sneaks out. This kill might decide it. 5 seconds remaining. Is the bomb planted? It absolutely is. VP advantage now, 3 versus 2. But the AWP is taken down. Remember, he was low HP, so the CZ comes out on top. VP, if they get the 2-1 here, it'll be absolutely massive. The CZ working in tandem with the AK-47. They have a smoke, they have a kit, and Snacks, low HP, has to try and defend this. He knows that smoke's coming. He has to try and go for the full spray here as they go through the window together. Did they spot him? That's the question. Doesn't look like it. First kill is going to be his. This is a massive round to pick up. He has the advantage for now, has to duck and weave, and it's not going to be enough. It will be North picking up the round, taking it 2-1, but Snacks certainly made it uncomfortable. And that's a nice little memento for you there. The fact if you stay together in those 2 versus 1s, you can actually trade off each other and make sure there's not 2 solo interactions. So that was very well played. First player getting the information, second player mopping it up as Gade gets his 30th kill. 20-19 or 2-1. North will give a round up in overtime. The first T round picked up. We'll see if they can close it out here. Second half begins.
Oh, that one elusive round indeed. But can VP prevent its good? Because I feel like it's just always the way, isn't it? Now North will start finding that success. They'll get that 1 round.
They'll get that 1 round, but I feel like triple overtime's on the cards right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am with you. But we'll see what North have to bring to bear in this round. The flick miss from Snatchy, he has been pretty on point so far, and that's something he'll be ruining as he may not get another opportunity towards that position. Now he's shown his presence with the AWP. However, North are rotating back towards lobby, looking for an upper push. And it may be a fast one, straight open, just opening the door, just going with minimal warning here for the CTs. And indeed, North looking decisively advantageous as they push into this upper bomb site, but still a chance here. Snatchy! Oh, that's fantastic. Can he get anything more?
We will see. It's going to be Valda. Oh, once again, looking absolutely clinical with the AK-47. Can't close it out. And Snatchy is an absolute god, it seems. How is he pulling these shots off with the AWP, the no-scope in the hut, the AK-47 finish as well? It's so decisive. A big round for VP to pick up, and it's going to tie the scoreline at 20-20. Goodness gracious.
This is getting hot in this on the server, man. Everyone's firing off, seeing some amazing stuff. And it's awesome to see Snatchy with a team now that actually I feel like is worthy of Snatchy, because before when he first joined the VP and he was in that major run, it felt like he was the only guy awake.
What is that? That's absolute madness. He's joining the Hall of Fame. I'm going to put a sticker on an AWP of mine. A Snatchy sticker.
What a save. That clutch could make all the difference. North looks so favorable there.
Yeah, now maybe the C's will calm for Virtus.Pro. But then again, maybe they won't, because they're charging into the A bomb site North, but they've lost the bomb, and they've lost 3 of their players. Make it 4, Cadian alone now. This is looking like game point for Virtus.Pro. 1 versus 3, doesn't spot any players, too many man, and Virtus.Pro are in a good spot. That's why that 1 round in the previous half was so important for them.
That bomb plant was really important as well, but yeah, it's a great defense coming in from Toa, the one and only, up on the hut's position. really working those angles to perfection, and the timing just looks just brilliant.
It's that hub position again, though, really avoidable with that one Molotov.
Yeah, no one's Molotoving
They're
it.
trying to strike and pounce without too many sound cues, but maybe going to change things up now. There's the Molotov that lands on the hut. They really didn't do that in the previous round before they executed, but didn't work out, wasn't there. And as James said, Virtus.Pro need one more to close this out. The pick of North. And can they do it? Find a 3-0.
See, Cadian was in position to... Oh, that's not a bad shot. He was completely blinded as well. Oh no, it's going all very, very wrong here. VP on the cusp of winning their opponent's map choice. We didn't really expect it. I changed my prediction after 2 rounds. Looks like I was right.
It's the best of 3, Dan. You've got to keep going. That's the problem, and so will Cadian here, but it looks like it's all in vain. His efforts will lead nowhere. 5 players to find, and it's going to be Virtus.Pro. An agonizing affair. It took so long. They looked out of it in the first half. They won the pistol and 1 gun round, and they were 11-4 down. Managed to take us to overtime. It goes to double overtime after that, and they're the ones that find a 3-0 in the 4th half as it all falls apart for North. They were looking so good individually. Their T-sides were impeccable, and it was looking so good for them, but there it is. It is going to be Virtus.Pro picking things up, and a great performance from Snatchy, I have to say. I guess I'm not as much a believer as you guys, but the more I watch him, the more I'm starting to see how brilliant he can be in every facet of the game.
He is very, very consistent, very strong in his fragging, but also in his decision-making as well. Picks the right timings and has a spatial awareness. He's an animal, and you're going to see a lot more of him. That was promising from Virtus.Pro. We don't really know where they are. I think the jury is still out at the moment, but that's a good first map from them, and they lead 1-0.
Well, remember, they took a map off phase as well. They are not to be messed with right now. It's good to see Snacks back looking dangerous finally. It's been well over a year since I've been even excited about him being on the server, so that's great to see. He's got a lot of presence in Toa. Strong play, individual scenes there from the upper bomb site. Snacks at the very top, like I said. Great to see him up there. Mihu needs to be the star of this team as well. He's top fragging on the server. Fantastic scenes there. AZ had some really phenomenal sequences as well. Unfortunately, couldn't convert them to round victories, but you can see the individual skill is there. It only bodes well for the rest of this series as it starts to warm up. We did say it's going to be Train next, but those are your stats. Cadian needs to pull his stocks up, I think, with the AWP. Majority of his kills with the AK-47, but it was Nuke, so we'll give him a kind of pinch of salt there, and hopefully on Train he can show us what he's made of. Against Snatchy is looking red hot. Before we go down, let's have a social media breakdown. How can you get involved? Tell us what you think of these players, and we'll go to a break right after.
Hit us up on at ECS on Twitter, hashtag ECS7, as you can see at the bottom of your screens. Send us questions, tag us in, and again, Henry really wants some jokes today. He was telling me about it all last night, so that
would be fantastic. We get some humor on the broadcast. It's a little bit serious right now, perhaps a bit rigid, so we'll mix things up.
Where's the thing gone?
It keeps changing, man.
We'll get
the crew on it after this
break,
and we'll be back with the second map, which will be Train. So see you there.